Welcome to the Bradenton area, where the easy pace of island life comes naturally in this coastal playground with endless white sand beaches, stunning natural preserves, relaxing vibes all around, and it's a seafood lover's paradise. Stay a while to explore downtown Bradenton with top-rated attractions and a friendly community set along the Bradenton Riverwalk. Come lose yourself in the sun-drenched Gulf Coast of Florida and change your reality in the Bradenton area. Learn more at BradentonGulfIslands.com.
Every day, we rise.
What organelle builds protein?
As students. As competitors. As leaders.
It takes 7 days for food to...
But most importantly, as people. People from all over the world who arrive wide-eyed and graduate wise beyond our years, having made lifelong relationships with teachers, coaches, and each other, all while becoming someone that our own families may not recognize. The best version of ourselves. And sure, some of us will be talented enough to shock the world from an arena floor. But it's more important that all of us be strong enough to get up off of life's metaphorical one. That's why, while here, we are equipped to succeed.
Learning it and then applying it.
In college and beyond. To ascend as leaders in the greatest race of all. The human one.
Hey, Mom.
We did it.
Don't wait for tomorrow. Make the days count. Gatorade has carbs to fuel and electrolytes to help replenish, so you can count on the proven formula. Nothing beats Gatorade.
Every day, we rise. As students.
7 days.
As competitors. But most importantly, as people. And sure, some of us will be talented enough to shock the world from an arena floor. But it's more important that all of us be strong enough to get up off of life's metaphorical one. That's why, while here, we are equipped to succeed, to ascend as leaders in the greatest race of all, the human one.
There's a fog out there, and it's calling you by name. It wants to wrap its whole self around you, make you forget who you are. But you won't forget. You've got to find your way through that fog. Through the unknown. There's only one way.
Every day, we rise. As students.
It takes 7 days.
As competitors. But most importantly, as people. That's why, while here, we are equipped to succeed. In college and beyond. To ascend as leaders in the greatest race of all. The human one.
You can't succeed by yourself. You need teammates, coaches, support. You need the right tools to give you that extra edge. That's what Theragun is to me. It's the perfect enhancement to my game. To jump a little bit farther, to run that little bit faster, to reach a little bit higher. Before, during, and after my workouts. I'm DeAndre Hopkins, and I'm a Therabody athlete.
Linesman Dan Edwards, line judge Mike Holt, back judge Thompson. On the clock, Tim Nitterauer, and the 25.
Think we have it easy? You're wrong. Here, boys become men and build their own legacy. This is a place where character is developed, drive is built, and where a brotherhood is formed. Not many have what it takes. They shy away from the long days and bright lights, but we earn the right to be here. Even when people doubt, we let our actions speak for themselves. When that moment comes, game is called, when time is running out and everything is on the line, many may crumble.
Good evening and welcome into IMG Academy Stadium. Ryan Sudol alongside Nate March for another exciting campaign of IMG Academy football. Nate, we start tonight with the Varsity Blue team as they welcome Faith Christian Academy out of Orlando, only bringing 19 kids. Should be an interesting kickoff classic here for Varsity Blue.
Only 19 players, but some explosive athletes. Late in the season, the offense for the Faith Christian Lions last year was very explosive, but of course, depth is going to be on the Ascender side.
This the second year for the IMG Academy Varsity Blue team, a 2-4 inaugural season last year. They will look to change that here in 2022. Your captains for IMG tonight, quarterback Joey Conflitti, free safety Ben Safley, Rodrigo Ocampo, and also Elias Sturman. And Conflitti expecting to be the starting quarterback as well for this IMG Varsity Blue side. Coach Bray, the head coach of the Varsity White team, was talking about how he has not gotten through a kickoff classic completely because we've had some weather, but so far looks pretty nice here in Bradenton.
Weather looks promising. Most of the rain still way out east of 75, and honestly, looking out that way, looks pretty fine. There are some dark clouds to our north, but I think we're going to be okay.
Now just awaiting opening kickoff. The Ascenders wearing their blue jerseys, white numerals, white helmets. Faith Christian in gray jerseys with white numerals. Ascenders will defend the south end zone here in the first quarter. Just moments away from kickoff, just waiting to get all the ducks in a row before we can kick off another campaign of IMG football. And again, there are a lot of games on the schedule between Varsity Blue, Varsity White, the national team, and the post-grad team as well. Looking north of 25 contests between all teams.
It's going to be a while before we actually get to see the post-grad team. They start with a very road-heavy slate. We get an early look at the Blue Varsity squad tonight for a kickoff classic, and Ryan, you'll have the call as the white team takes on local powerhouse program, although a program that has fallen on some hard times recently, Manatee High.
Definitely looking forward to that. Again, the Varsity White team coming off an 11-0 regular season and losing in the SSIA state championship game against Clearwater Academy International, a game that was marred with some controversy. And we will see if Varsity White gets an opportunity to repeat that as well. Also taking a trip across the pond to London to play a few days after the NFL game that will take place at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, the new White Hart Lane.
A long swim to get there.
And the opening kickoff will go into the end zone. That is Corey Royster, number 6. He's actually at IMG Academy for track and field and said, you know what, I want to play football. So he has joined this Varsity Blue team. I believe he's from Michigan, but an absolute speedster. Would expect to see him on a couple of go routes on the offense.
Well, I'm excited to see him in the return game. Sort of person who, if someone out kicks their coverage, he may have a chance to just race straight through everyone without a cut.
And it is Conflitti in shotgun. Has Jimmy Athens on his right hips, 2 receivers to each side. And they will start in the air. And that is Ronald DiPietro.
Pass complete on the left
And is complete for a gain of about 5 on the play.
Conflitti, his passing game, expect to see quick reads, quick releases. He'll get the ball to the outside on those short passing plays, although we'll try to keep the receiver on their feet, let them make something out of it.
A little movement in the trenches. And it'll be a false start, so it'll bring him back to about 2nd and 10.
Pretty easy to see the size advantage, particularly the weight advantage up front for the Ascenders. Left side defensively fairly big for the Lions.
They go back to the air, and DiPietro again has some space. Similar play, similar result. Gain of 5, that'll bring up 3rd and 5 to go.
Outcome was the same, but the execution was better. Able to get the blocker out in front, and DiPietro able to get back the 5 yards from the penalty.
And in motion is James Olsen. And Conflitti's going to keep it himself. There is a flag down. Gets enough for the first down, but that is definitely in the neighborhood of holding.
Yeah, it looked like a hold there against the left side of the IMG offensive line.
So it will stay 3rd down, but much longer to go.
I like the wheels there from Conflitti. Good burst out of the backfield. Having a quarterback who's a run threat.
Spotted at about the yard line. 3rd down.
3rd and 16 to go. And Flitty rolls out to his right. Looking for a man, and he is going to be sacked back at about the 12-yard line, and that will bring up the first 4th down for this IMG Ascender team.
Malik Castro for the Lions, not very big, but his pursuit was impressive on that play, bolting to the outside from his linebacker position to get down low and take out Conflitti.
You see just the 8 players on the sideline for Faith Christian, so expecting this game to possibly be a little close early on, but the stamina is definitely going to have to be there if Faith Christian wants to hope to win this game.
Well, it was just 5 years ago this Lions program was playing 8-man football, so numbers have been an issue there.
And the long snap on the punt was high and able to get it off, so it will be 1st and 10, ideal field position for the Lions.
Well, IMG Blue last year definitely known for their defense, compared to their offensive prowess, especially as the season went along. The pass rush really developed, so we'll see if they have the same sort of penetration ability kicking off the year tonight.
I believe this quarterback, Bryant Gerada, also team captain for today, takes the snap. He's going to keep it himself. Gets a couple of yards and then brought down by a gang of Ascenders.
Really made something out of nothing there. Got about 6 yards. So into the red zone go the Lions right off the bat after the short punt.
2nd and about 2 to go with a little over 9 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Still scoreless. First defensive drive for the Ascenders. Now Garada takes the snap again. Same play, different result. Quickly into the backfield.
Look at this, Raymond Homa. Nope, it was Rizza. It was CJ Lizza, sorry. CJ Lizza who got into the backfield, the inside linebacker, a junior for the Ascenders.
And now 3rd and short for the Lions. And a flag comes in.
A flag on this play.
And it looks like they're signaling encroachment.
Well, that'll be a first down by way of penalty for Faith Christian then. And IMG will be backed up defending their own 11-yard line.
An offside penalty against IMG.
So still 1st and 10. Chains will move. Still can get a first down.
Is 1st and 10 from the 12.
Now the snap, and it looks like they're just going to continue running Garada. He'll get about 2 on the play. And that is one way to not conserve stamina.
Yeah, Garada, all the touches so far. Haven't seen his arm yet. This is actually more like the offensive possession I expected to see IMG come out with. Maybe a few runs to start things off with Jimmy Athens, who's still waiting for his first touch.
2 receivers right, 1 to the left for Bryant Garada. And again, they go with that QB direct snap, and it looks like it's fumbled and recovered by the Ascenders. And it is CJ Liza again coming up with it.
Liza and Jerry Merchant in on the play. See Merchant get in there late, but all the work done by Liza. So an impressive start for him on this first drive with the strip and the recovery.
Again, that very short field, and the IMG defense comes up big, Nate. You called it. And again, being that close and just giving the ball back has got to be so deflating for Faith Christian. And Conflitti has Athens on his left hip. And they were going to try the end around to the speedster. And it is another offside penalty, so knocking off that early season rust.
So kickoff classics are for. I hate to be punny, but it's pretty frequent that there's not much classic about the level of play in the kickoff classics.
And of course, tomorrow the national team will take on defending 8A state champ Venice. That game will be down at Venice High School. Varsity White, as we mentioned, will be at Manatee High School right down the road. And another penalty. That'll bring him back to 1st and 10.
Venice, a program that's been willing to take on the national team in the past. Exciting to see more and more local schools embracing facing the Varsity White as well.
Now the handoff, Jimmy Athens, and he is brought down.
Jaquan McCray came unblocked through the middle for that stop in the backfield.
And that will bring up 2nd and about 13. And we talk about Venice. They're also taking on the Varsity White team, and they have done themselves no favor in scheduling. Also taking on national powerhouse St. Francis Academy. That game will be on ESPN.
Coach Peacock likes a challenge.
And that throw over the head of Athens, and that'll bring up 3rd and long for the Ascenders.
Well, if you're the Ascenders, you have to feel good about the ability to trust your defense. The concern is if you don't get anything here, you're going to be punting out of your own end zone. So, really the priority's got to be give yourself some space. First down would be great, but at least get 6 or 7 yards for some breathing room for a punt.
Now Conflitti in the shadow of his own end zone. And a hard count, and I believe that's penalty number 5 already.
Flag
And that'll help as 5 yards are marched off in favor of the Ascenders.
Ball out to the 11-yard line, 3rd and 8.
3rd and 8 for IMG. Now the snap, play action. Has DiPietro and just bounces right out of his hands, and that'll be another punting situation. There is a flag.
Intended for DiPietro. This will bring up a 4th down. Under.
That looks like maybe.
I believe it was a holding penalty that was declined.
Penalty against IMG, which is declined.
I thought at first maybe one of the Lions had lined up offside, but unfortunately, no. That's going to be against IMG and bring up that punting situation from inside the goal line.
And this will be Patrick Kane. And another penalty.
This penalty is against IMG. Too many guys on the field.
Broke the huddle with 12 men. And now they're definitely going to have to be careful with this long snap. Right on target and a booming punt. And it is Royster that tracks it down to the 40, and we'll see the IMG defense back out onto the field.
Well, that's exactly how you want that punt to look. The long snap was right on target, into the hands. The punt, plenty of hang time. And it actually even had a short returner and a long returner back, and the punt was plopped right in between them.
For athletes who move the game forward, we're creating the fuel to get you there. Tested in the lab, proven on the field, Gatorade Thirst Quencher, the proven sports fuel. First and 10 from the Ascender 40-yard line. Now a different look from the quarterback position, a little I formation.
Ramos on the carry, straight
barreling up, that is.
Down by Price and Safley.
I believe that was Jacob Indiraris.
They'll go back to the I formation. And this one handed to the fullback. I believe that's Bernie Capote. 5'6", 200-pound sophomore.
Brought down by Rodrigo. Ball spotted at the 24-yard line.
Ocampo coming up to make the stop for the Ascenders, but the chains move for the Lions, and they are knocking on the door of the red zone.
First and 10. And when Faith Christian finds something that works, they're sticking to it. Nice little end around Garada, playing a little bit of running back and escapes a couple tackles and somehow turns that into a positive play.
He's brought down at the
It took 4 Ascenders to get him down. It's that low center of gravity. And getting him down, you got to be able to get down low on his level. He just turned into a little bowling ball to quite literally turn nothing into a gain of 1. Play clock running short on the Lions here.
Second and long, they hand it right back up the middle to Anquan Neal.
This is Anquion Neal on the carry, brought down by.
And he has done some good work in just his first few touches.
So Neal gets it to about a 3rd and 4.
It will be 3rd and 4.
And Neal heads off the field after that play. Roby Ramos taking his place.
And right now, Faith Christian trying to do a little misdirection and confuse this Ascender defense. Back under center, they pitch out to Garada.
This is a pitch to Gerada.
That looks like he's going to be just short.
They run Ramos in off the bench there to spell Neal and send Ramos in under center, pitching to Gerarda, who'd been the quarterback on the first drive. And so, with only 19 players dressed, the Lions going to use some interchangeable personnel. David Carrington, the head coach for Faith Christian, getting creative.
4th and short. Lions trying to strike first. And just a quick handoff up the middle. Looks like he's going to get enough. And that will move the chains.
Safley and Price in on the stop for IMG.
And it will be our first and goal.
This will be a 1st and goal, 9-yard line.
The sticks go down, and now the Ascenders need to rise up and keep the Lions out of the end zone. Force a kick attempt, or, well, it'd be interesting to see, hard to guess, what kind of special team situation we'd be looking at with a small roster like this.
Back under center. The snap and the pitch is outside to Gerada, who is knocked up out of bounds.
Gerada, he's pushed out of bounds by
And there is an Ascender down.
Ball at the 7-yard line. Timeout on the field.
And it looks like that may, in fact, be C.J. Liza.
I believe you're right, Ryan. It is.
So being tended to, we will step aside. Right now we are scoreless, just under 3 minutes remaining. You're watching IMG Academy Football.
Welcome to the Bradenton area, where the easy pace of island life comes naturally in this coastal playground with endless white sand beaches, stunning natural preserves, relaxing vibes all around, and it's a seafood lover's paradise. Stay a while to explore downtown Bradenton with top-rated attractions and a friendly community set along the Bradenton Riverwalk. Come lose yourself in the sun-drenched Gulf Coast of Florida and change your reality in the Bradenton area. Learn more at BradentonGulfIslands.com.
Every day, we rise.
What organelle builds protein?
As students. As competitors. As leaders.
It takes 7 days.
Welcome back. Liza off the field on his own power. 2nd and goal, about 7 yards out. Ramos under center. And they just give it to the fullback, who is stuffed at the line.
He's tackled by Safley.
And they'll credit Ben Safley with the takedown.
Martinez also in on the stop. Ball at the 4-yard line. 3rd down.
I'm going to guess this is 2-down territory for the Lions. Try and keep an eye on their personnel. They bring Neal off.
And the Ascenders have bent, but not broke. Looking for another big stop here on 3rd and goal. And they pitch out to Garada again, who tries to barrel through, and he's in for the score. Touchdown, Lions.
Garada, a physical runner, despite his diminutive size. Now, it didn't look like there was much room for him to operate on the pitch. You'll see he has to cut pretty hard after receiving the pitch. Cuts right there, had one blocker, but splits a pair of defenders and gets in.
It looks like they have the offense back out for a potential 2-point conversion. And now they will, in fact, bring the kicker. Sergio Calderon, 6'1", 200-pound junior. And that will be another penalty on the Ascenders, and that will move Faith Christian just a little closer.
This is an encroachment against IMG.
Calderon will get another shot. And another penalty. And almost already at double-digit penalties. They actually call that as a false start against Faith Christian. And now we'll see if third time's a charm for the Lions. Snap is back, the hold is down, the kick is up. And the kick is no good.
Point attempt by Calderon is no good.
Darting little bullet must have just missed the uprights.
Gatorade for athletes who move the game
So
forward.
it'll be Faith Christian 6, Ascender 0.
Proven on the field. Gatorade Thirst Quencher, the proven sports fuel.
I think that must have been wide to the left.
Fans, get all your official IMG Academy gear. Go to www.shopimg.com, your official IMG Academy online retailer. Again, Nate, so far I haven't seen a whole lot from the IMG offense. The defense has shown some very strong presence, but they've given Faith Christian 2 short fields. And lucky to only come away with just the 6 points.
Faith Christian has been aggressive bringing their linebackers, particularly on the run blitz. And IMG has enough men in there to block, but identifying who's taking those linebackers has been the issue. And most of that comes down to pre-snap recognition and identifying who's going to put a hat on a hat.
There you see the sun setting over the Gulf of Mexico just behind us. Just a few miles from there. It is definitely hot and sticky out there today, though. And Royster might have a chance to return this one. And it will be down for a touchback. Still waiting to see that track star speed. Maybe we'll get an opportunity on this offensive drive.
Well, they had him set up for that end around, which led to the encroachment penalty on the last drive against the Lions. So we know that's on the table, although Royster not out there for this play.
And Conflitti back in. This time he has Hector Manuel on his left hip. And a timeout will be taken by IMG as the play clock was winding down. We will take it with them. 6-0, just under 2 minutes remaining. You're watching IMG Academy Football.
Don't wait for tomorrow. Make the days count. Gatorade has carbs to fuel and electrolytes to help replenish, so you can count on the proven formula. Nothing beats Gatorade.
Every day, we rise. As students,
7 days.
as competitors, but most importantly, as people. And sure, some of us will be talented enough to shock the world from an arena floor. But it's more important that all of us be strong enough to get up off of life's metaphor.
Welcome back. 1st and 10 for the Ascenders. Conflitti back in at quarterback. And the run is up the middle for Hector Manuel. Gains about 5 on the play.
Let's sort of push up front that we were looking for from the IMG offensive line, and against a team that only has 19 players, IMG should be able to slowly work their way forward.
And the hand to Manuel again. He's got the first down, still on his feet. Fights forward down to the 45-yard line, and he just kept churning.
You can see how much harder it is for that second level of the Lions defense. They want to get those smaller linebackers coming downhill trying to make the tackle. If you're able to burst into that second level like you see here, makes it real hard for some of those guys to be able to get a man down. You see linebackers getting turned around, and that's up to the safeties to grab and hang on.
Manuel with about 20 yards on the carry. Biggest offensive output for the Ascenders so far. Now the snap. You go to DiPietro. He's able to get his block and now cuts back across the field. He's got some space, almost loses his footing, and now into Lions territory, and he's got some room and some wheels to the 20, 10, and down at the 5. What a play that was not designed to go to that side of the field, and it is the biggest one for the Ascenders so far.
I thought that play was in trouble from the get-go when DiPietro had to take a step back to make the catch, but he alertly saw that he had an alley to get across the field, and once he turned the corner, look at him turn on the jets. Just look at that alley. The defensive line off to his right, everyone else hanging back.
About 50 yards on the completion. Jimmy Athens fights forward for a couple more. Jimmy with Varsity Blue going to get the lion's share of running back work, and then with the rules of the FHSAA, he will have an opportunity to play some defensive back for Varsity White as well. Second and goal, under 30 seconds remaining. And the keeper's going to keep it himself. And Conflitti now just inches away from getting the Ascenders their first points and 6 back.
Malik Castro with the touchdown-saving tackle to get Conflitti down at the 1. And yeah, as someone used to say to me, aren't all tackles touchdown-saving tackles? If nobody tackled him, he probably would have gone in.
And that will end the first. After 12 minutes of play, we'll switch sides and see if the Ascenders can break into the end zone. You're watching IMG Academy Football.
There's a fog out there, and it's calling you by name. It wants to wrap its whole self around you, make you forget that you won't forget. You've got to find your way through that fall. Through the unknown, there's only one way.
Beautiful scenic view of the campus here at IMG Academy as we get ready for the start of the second quarter. Ascenders knocking on the door just inches away from tying this game up.
Let's go, IMG. Go with them.
Now Conflitti awaits. They send Royster in motion, fake the jet sweep, and Conflitti's going to go into the end zone untouched. Touchdown Ascenders.
Conflitti has been fleet of foot so far in the early going, and the motion fake on the jet sweep made it easy work to walk in for the score.
Now you can start to see that the depth of Faith Christian already costing them as they are definitely gassed, again, with only 8 players on the bench. And this left-footed kicker, Quinn Stanley, snap is high. And a similar result to Faith Christian's, no good. So with 11:58 remaining in the half, IMG ties it up at 6 apiece. And we'll see the defense now probably with, hopefully, their best starting field position and not having to worry about that short field.
Well, this is where if the defense can force a 3-and-out or even better, a turnover, get the offense right back on the field. If you can create that exhaustion effect before halftime, even with a break like that, oftentimes if you can create that exhaustion factor in the first half, it's tough to recover even with that halftime break. I probably should vet that with the Gatorade Sports Science Institute, but in my mind, that's at least anecdotally how I've always perceived it to be.
Yeah, not just football, but basketball, soccer, golf, tennis, baseball, lacrosse, track and field. And getting word that next year we'll start volleyball as well.
I was just going to say, I believe that there is going to be another indoor sport on the horizon.
IMG continues to be at the top in developing future athletes. And 2 baseball players go in the first 2 rounds of the Major League Baseball draft. Senders with another couple players drafted in this year's NFL draft as well. And this one will bounce into the end zone and out for a touchback.
Christian will have it 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line.
For the first of many times this season, I'll talk about what a absolute gem it is for Manatee County and for Bradenton to have IMG Academy here. Elite world-class sports facilities, sports tourism, huge for the economy. The number of youth sports teams we were talking about before the game. There's always a tournament of some sort, youth sports, international sports. There's always something here bringing people from around the country and around the world to our corner of Florida.
And we mentioned soccer and international events. The CONCACAF U17 Championship will be held here from August 30th to September 8th. Also for the U17 World Cup qualifying. And now the longest field that Faith Christian has had so far, 1st and 10 from their own 20. The hand is up the middle and stuffed.
Wesley Snowden blew that play up. Exploding into the backfield. Now you can see, even with that arm guard on, got good leverage and able to drive through the tackle.
Picture perfect defending and almost a fumble. And now they Try a little counter play. I believe that's Brandon Valentine. Again, you look at the roster for Faith Christian, and all these guys have either 2 or 3 positions. So they are definitely getting their work in.
Ball spotted at the 21-yard line. Timeout on the field.
And it'll be a timeout taken by Faith Christian. We will take it with them. 11 minutes remaining. It's 6-6. You're watching IMG Academy football.
You can't succeed by yourself. You need teammates, coaches, support. You need the right tools to give you that extra edge. That's what their gun is to me. It's the perfect enhancement to my game. To jump a little bit farther, to run that little bit faster, to reach a little bit higher. Before, during, and after my workouts. I'm DeAndre Hopkins, and I'm a therabody athlete.
The light's starting to take effect here in Bradenton. We're at the IMG Academy Stadium. A little bit of cloud cover, but the lights have turned on for the night. And they're going to the air. And breaking through and sacked. That was Matthew Haven busting into the backfield. There is a flag down.
In the area of holding.
The referee's asking for the clock to stop. It finally does. And if it is a hold, I would imagine IMG would decline it.
That's exactly what's going to happen here.
This is a holding penalty against Faith Christian. It is declined by IMG.
And it will be 4th down, so we'll see the punting unit. And believe that is the speedster Corey Royster standing on the 50. And a penalty. And you can hear the wind starting to pick up a little bit too. That American flag in the south end zone.
Penalty against IMG. Ball out to the 17-yard line. Still 4th down.
And another penalty. Special teams has been probably the most penalized unit so far today.
I just want to see Royster get a chance to return this kick.
They'll bring it to 4th and 8. Snap is high, pressure coming. And Royster wanted a piece of it. And it will be down at the 29-yard line. And it will give the Ascenders another chance on offense to try to take the lead.
Well, our quest to see the sprinting prowess of Royster continues to go wanting, but I'm sure, as you mentioned, there's plenty of games. We're going to see it at some point, if not tonight.
And the Ascender offense, the big play on that last drive was the 50-yard reception by Ronald DiPietro on what should have been a broken play.
Well, wind has picked up enough, the training tent just blew over. I may want to reconsider the television on the sideline for immediate film study, given the weather situation.
1st and 10. And there's that jet sweep trying to find some space. And it is Royster, and he does have wheels. Breaking through into Lions territory. And the first carry from the youngster is a big one.
That'll play. And he is fired up.
And we mentioned early on, he is at IMG to be a track athlete. Just happened to want to play football.
And Coach Bray probably has like a buzzer or something where the track coach can buzz him and say, okay, that's enough. Give him a break.
Now the snap, they'll go to the air, in and out of the hands of James Olson. That'll bring up 2nd and 10.
For the best, that one fell incomplete. Castro was in the backfield all over him.
Wind is definitely going to affect the passing game a little bit. Still looking all clear on the radar.
Actually, the radar looks a lot better than the sky does over our heads.
Looks like currently in a caution, so another penalty. And it was a delay of game against the Ascenders, so that'll bring up 2nd and 15. Now the snap. The new quarterback is Kazuma Ono. And he had Jacob Diver, who's down inside the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown from 40 yards out. Kazuma Ono comes in, puts one right on the numbers of Jacob Diver, and he finds pay dirt.
There was soft cushion on the coverage. Diver able to make the catch. Took off downfield, angled out to his left. That was a foot race, and he won it. You see how soft the coverage is. No one around him. That juke right there where he is able to evade Connor Ocampo is what turns that play from a big gain into a touchdown.
Quinn Stanley on for the point after. And that one is good. A low dart puts the Ascenders up by 7 with 9:49 remaining in the half. Ascenders take a 13-6 lead. You're watching IMG Academy Football.
Every day, we rise. As students,
7 days.
as competitors, but most importantly, as people. And sure, some of us will be talented enough to shock the world from an arena floor. But it's more important that all of us be strong enough to get up off of life's metaphorical one. That's why, while here, we are equipped to succeed, to ascend as leaders in the greatest race of all, the human one.
Ascenders starting to do more of what we were expecting from them. Nate March and Ryan Sudol here with you as the Ascenders go up 7 after stalling on first 2 offensive drives. They have found the end zone on 2 consecutive drives.
To recap the scoring, the Lions took the lead in the first quarter on a 4-yard touchdown run by Bryant Gerardo. That was answered by the Ascenders on a 1-yard touchdown keeper from the quarterback Joey Conflitti. On the very first play of the second quarter, that tied the game up 6-6. Both teams missing the point after on their first touchdowns, but then a 40-yard touchdown diver from Ono And the extra point good. And we stand at 13-6 in favor of the Ascenders.
It'll be 1st and 10 from their own 20 for Faith Christian. And we talked about how that stamina was going to last for them, and it's already looking like they may even be a little gassed just a couple minutes into this second quarter. One man in motion. Now they're going to go to the air. Nope. That is Roby Ramos keeping it himself, and he is wrapped up after a gain of about 5.
Ramos shiftier than I gave him credit for. He got wide, almost looked like he was going to drop into a split.
Second and 5. Again, we've seen Faith Christian, if they have a play that works, they are not afraid to run it right back. It's Malik Castro, one of the team captains, to the near side. Pressure coming, and Ramos is brought down from behind.
Ramos on the keeper.
Excellent pursuit by the Ascender D-line.
That was Snowden on the pursuit, able to reverse course. I think that was intended to be a pass play. Brandon Valentine briefly came open on an intermediate route. And then safety help was closing, and Ramos decided to take off with it.
That'll bring up 3rd and 4. Coaching staff yelling to watch the ball. Got to be careful for that hard count, trying to draw IMG offside. Instead, they go with the end around, and a nice form tackle. Luca Lentini.
Not just the tackle, but the approach. Lentini didn't commit too early. He held his ground, allowed the pursuit to bring the ball carrier toward him, and then once he was within range, closed, wrapped up, and didn't allow positive yardage. See the shifty feet there, able to just keep himself able to commit inside or outside, and that's what allows him to make that play for a solo tackle.
And back on to punt is Calderon, and Royster stands back at the 35. And that will be a delay a game penalty. Again, with the wind this way right now, too, that long snapping game has to be right on target. As we've seen many times in weather-affected games, the wind can definitely have a movement on the ball. And another penalty.
This one going to be encroachment against IMG.
This is an encroachment penalty against IMG.
Well, now you got to be careful. One more of those, it'll be a first down by way of penalty.
And the snap is high, pressure coming. And this one's going to get caught up in the wind, and it'll be fielded at the 30. Not what you want as a punter, kicking directly into the wind. And it'll be a very short field for the Ascenders.
That was a net of about 4 yards on the punt.
So 13-6, the Ascenders looking to get another score here before half. Just under 7 minutes there. You can see the flag blowing, and right now it is with the Ascenders at their back. So get an extra 5 or 10 yards on any long bombs into the end zone. Now the snap, it is Kazuma Ono. Rolling. Fires, it's caught. And another completion for Kazuma Ono. I believe that was Matt Simeon.
Ono really impressive on the rollout there. With a man diving for his ankles. Able to keep his eyes downfield and make the completion to Simeon.
And it will be a timeout taken by Faith Christian. We will take it with them. Ascenders on the move, 13-6. You're watching IMG Academy football.
Welcome to the Bradenton area, where the easy pace of island life comes naturally in this coastal playground with endless white sand beaches, stunning natural preserves, relaxing vibes all around, and it's a seafood lover's paradise. Stay a while to explore downtown Bradenton with top-rated attractions and a friendly community set along the Bradenton Riverwalk. Come lose yourself in the sun-drenched Gulf Coast of Florida and change your reality in the Bradenton area. Learn more at BradentonGulfIslands.com.
First and 10 for the Ascenders. And it will be Kazuma Ono and Jimmy Athens in the backfield. Jacob Diver to the near side. He had the touchdown from about 40 yards out to put the Ascenders up 13-6. Not sure what the delay is.
Two of the officials were over conferring on the Lions sideline.
And now they're going to talk to a couple IMG coaches.
I think there was some confusion over who had called one of the earlier timeouts.
Now Ono takes the snap across the middle, wide open into the end zone, touchdown.
That is Simeon again. Lots of whistles after the play.
And
That's
it looks
coming
like
back.
it's going to be a hold against the Ascenders. Beautifully drawn up play for number 18, Matt Simeon.
Simeon finding the soft spot in zone coverage. Some really impressive play from Ono so far. The senior has been confident with the ball.
Moves him back to the 25, first and a long way to go. Now the snap, play action to Athens. Ono steps up and he is brought down.
Ono is sacked in the backfield.
Jaquan McCray, he has been dangerous defensively today and able to bring down Ono, wrapped him up from behind after shedding a block.
He tries to step up and then McCray just wrapping him up. Second and long, one man in motion. They try the end around to Simeon, and that one is sniffed out again by McCray.
McCray was a down lineman on that play on the right side, and he parted the left guard and left tackle with ease.
Ball spotted back at the 36-yard line. Third down.
Third and very, very long. Not many plays in the playbook for third and 30 plus. Ono takes the snap. Looks deep downfield, has a man. It is caught. Gets back up inside the 25. And that is Alex Cross. And this will be a long field goal with the help of the wind.
And both IMG extra point attempts were line drives. Not going to get the distance kicking it that way. Want to let the wind work to your benefit here.
About a 40-yard attempt. And again, some confusion on special teams. First field goal attempt of the season for the Ascenders. The kick is up. And from 40 yards out, the kick is good. Quinn Stanley, an absolute dart. The wind helped it up just a little bit, and the Ascenders get 3 more.
Didn't need much. I stand corrected. He was able to keep that on a fairly line drive type trajectory and get the distance on a 40-yarder.
So 16-6, Varsity Blue, the lead over Faith Christian. A little over 4 minutes remaining in the half. Again, halftime, some necessary rest for this Faith Christian team.
Yeah, pretty easy to see from those first 2 drives to now just how hard this is on what is a fairly undersized roster that has, over the past few years, dealt with issues of being undermanned and having to forfeit due to depleted and injury-riddled rosters.
And the wind just blows off the ball off the tee. And now we'll see Quinn Stanley boot this one. He's been perfect on touchbacks so far. And out of the back of the end zone for another touchback.
Christian will have a 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line.
If you're Faith Christian, you're hoping to at least get enough going to be able to churn down the clock and get to the locker room without the score getting any worse.
It will be 1st and 10, and it looks like these threatening clouds coming in, but so far they have held off. Weather in the forecast for tomorrow's game for Varsity White against Manatee. Forecast does not look so friendly.
That's August in Florida for you.
So 1st and 10. Trying to go right up the middle.
Tobias on the handoff. He's brought down by Snowden.
Snowden with yet another tackle. He has been an anchor up front.
Yeah, he has played impressively from the nose. He's got the size to play at the nose, but we've seen his ability to be mobile and even reverse course and make plays chasing down ball carriers as well.
A little bit of a switch up. 2nd down. And Faith Christian with a little swing pass out of the backfield. And in pursuit, getting the shove at the end there was Trevor Price.
He is forced out of bounds by Price.
Someone was able to get some lateral pursuit out there and get enough contact to slow down Gerardo. Price in to finish the job and bring up 3rd down.
3rd and 3.
3rd and 3 to go, looking for another big stop from the Ascenders. There you see the threatening clouds. But so far the radar's saying all clear. Now the snap, they try to run it to this near side. almost trips him up. It's going to be a first down, and there is a flag.
Pretty clear hold out there on the perimeter.
There is a flag on the play.
Malik Castro grabbing hold of Luca Lentini and just throwing him down once he lost leverage.
So what was going to be a first down for the Lions is now going to be third and much longer. Giving the IMG defense a little more breathing room.
Bring the ball all the way back to the 16-yard line. It is 3rd and 14.
Got it down as 3rd and 14 for the Lions. Just over 3 minutes remain here in the first half. Now the snap. Looks like they wanted to go to the air. Ramos is going to keep it himself, and he is stuffed. Matt Haven able to wrap him up and stop his forward progress, and now we're going to see another punt. Again, with the wind blowing directly into the face of Faith Christian. The last punt they had went about a net 4 yards.
Royster is deep for IMG at about the 50-yard line.
And a flag.
Not sure if that was a false start or a delay of game. I believe it's a sideline warning, actually. Yeah, so no, not a penalty. It's actually a sideline warning against the Ascenders. Can get difficult when you have about 40 guys on the sideline. A little bit easier for the Lions with 8.
Snap is back. And this one, well off target. They're going to put it right about the 34-yard line. Or actually, they'll mark it right at the 30. So another short field for the Ascenders. They settled for 3 on the last drive. Let's see what the offense has coming up for them here with just over 2 minutes. They'd love to add 6 more right before the half.
That was 11 or 12 yards on the net that time. 3 of the 4 punts have been pretty adverse for the Lions.
So 1st and 10 for IMG Academy. Kickoff classic night for the varsity blue team. They fake the end around. And can Flitty back in at quarterback, and he's going to fall forward for just a couple.
Defense not fooled by the window dressing that time. Stayed home in the middle, and Conflitti nowhere to go.
Three receivers split out to the left side. And Flitty takes the snap, play action to Athens. Fires towards the sideline, it is caught. Great hands by DiPietro to get the Ascenders a little closer to moving the chains. And they actually are going to give them the first down.
Ascenders left a back into block there, and that extra chip on McCray set up the time for the play to happen. And then really impressive catch on the tail end by DiPietro.
Now the snap. A hand to Jimmy Athens, finds space up the middle, drags a couple. Gets down to just shy of the 10-yard line.
Senders do still have 2 timeouts, coming up on 60 seconds to go in the half.
Definitely going to want to take as much time as they can, so as not to give Faith another valuable possession. DiPietro tripped up just inside the 10-yard line.
Castro and McCray have been the 2 big defensive playmakers for the Lions, and that was Castro getting in for the low wipeout tackle there.
And with 38 seconds, the Ascenders will call another timeout. Zenith is proud to be the official equipment partner of the IMG Academy football team. Zenith creates great fitting football products that deliver elevated performance and maximum value for athletes, coaches, and parents. For more information, visit Zenith, that's XENITH.com. And we will keep it here through this timeout. The Ascenders also with 1 more left, so we'll see if they try to keep 1 more on the ground and try and find some space, or if they're going to try to air it out and get a quick score.
All the downfield passing for the Ascenders so far has come when Ono has been in at quarterback. Much more side-to-side, lateral, and a mix of QB run when Conflitti is in.
And Faith Christian and the defense has to keep IMG from going just about 10 yards to get into the end zone. Third and 2. Snap is low. The hand to Jimmy Athens, trying to find some space.
Athens up the middle.
And 35 seconds to go, and still ticking away. 4th and short. They're going to keep the offense on the field.
Santana in on the tackle for Faith Christian.
And they're trying to stop the clock. Missed about 4 seconds on that. And it will be a timeout for IMG. This time we will take it with them. 18 seconds remaining. You're watching IMG Academy football.
Every day, we rise. As students,
7 days.
as competitors, but most importantly, as people. And sure, some of us will be talented enough to shock the world from an arena floor. But it's more important that all of us be strong enough to get up off of life's metaphorical one. That's why, while here, we are equipped to succeed, to ascend as leaders in the greatest race of all, the human one.
Welcome back. Final seconds of the first half. And they are actually going to try for the field goal
Stanley will attempt the field
on
goal.
4th and short. Quinn Stanley already good from 40 yards. Snap is back. The hold is down. The kick is up. And Quinn Stanley is 2 for 2 and adds another 3 points with just under 15 seconds remaining. 19-6, the Ascender lead.
Just ignore the right side of the scoreboard. There is a malfunction there. So the correct score is 19-6.
19-6 the score. Not an announcement you hear every day, as Art Ross, the PA voice here at IMG Academy Stadium, letting fans know to ignore certain numbers on the scoreboard that are not actively or actually reflective of the score.
So a good start for the IMG Varsity Blue team. Again, the Varsity White team will be at Manatee High School tomorrow night, probably one of the bigger games in the history of the varsity program. And then the national team, ranked in the top 5, will take on defending 8A state champ Venice Indians.
Venice, always a powerhouse team out of Sarasota County. football and baseball, they have racked up state championships, especially over the last decade or so.
They have yet to defeat the National IMG Academy team, however. I believe it's been 3 matchups with Venice, and that one a touchback. Again, always a nice tune-up for some of those big schools. And we've heard some coaches that have scheduled the national team before, knowing that they're probably not going to win, but it helps them see where they need to work on the most and where they need to fill some holes. And again, a lot of teams that IMG beats handily have gone on to win state championships in the last few years.
It's a good way to see how you measure up. Venice, Miami Central, those programs that are teams that are looking for rings every single year. Yeah, they see the value of testing themselves against the best.
So maybe time for 1 or 2 plays, and they're just going to take the knee and not give the Ascenders any time to, well, now the clock rolls.
This will take us to the end of the first half. Your score.
And that will do it after 24 minutes of play. The Ascenders offense has woken up. They lead at 19-6. We'll step aside for halftime. Nate March and Ryan Sudol will be back with you in about 20 minutes. You're watching IMG Academy Football.
Welcome to the Bradenton area, where the easy pace of island life comes naturally in this coastal playground with endless white sand beaches, stunning natural preserves, relaxing vibes all around, and it's a seafood lover's paradise. Stay a while to explore downtown Bradenton with top-rated attractions and a friendly community set along the Bradenton Riverwalk. Come lose yourself in the sun-drenched Gulf Coast of Florida and change your reality in the Bradenton area. Learn more at BradentonGulfIslands.com.
Every day, we rise.
What organelle builds protein?
As students. As competitors. As leaders.
It takes 7 days for food to prepare.
But most importantly, as people. People from all over the world who arrive wide-eyed and graduate wise beyond our years. Having made lifelong relationships with teachers, coaches, and each other. All while becoming someone that our own families may not recognize. The best version of ourselves. And sure, some of us will be talented enough to shock the world from an arena floor. But it's more important that all of us be strong enough to get up off of life's metaphorical one. That's why, while here, we are equipped to succeed.
Learning it and then applying it.
In college and beyond. To ascend as leaders in the greatest race of all. The human one.
Hey, Mom.
We did it.
Every day, we rise. As students.
7 days.
As competitors. But most importantly, as people. And sure, some of us will be talented enough to shock the world from an arena floor. But it's more important that all of us be strong enough to get up off of life's metaphorical one. That's why, while here, we are equipped to succeed. To ascend as leaders in the greatest race of all. The human one.
There's a fog out there, and it's calling you by name. It wants to wrap his whole self around you, make you forget who you are.
Let's be ready.
But you won't forget. You've got to find your way through that fog. Through the unknown, there's only one way.
Every day, we rise. As students,
It takes 7 days.
as competitors, but most importantly, as people. That's why, while here, we are equipped to succeed. In college and beyond. To ascend as leaders in the greatest race of all. The human one.
You can't succeed by yourself. You need teammates, coaches, support. You need the right tools to give you that extra edge. That's what Theragun is to me. It's the perfect enhancement to my game. To jump a little bit farther, to run that little bit faster, to reach a little bit higher. Before, during, and after my workouts. I'm DeAndre Hopkins, and I'm a Therabody athlete.
I've been on my get back, copper bag slow. You would never see that. You crap Joe.
Don't wait for tomorrow. Make the days count. Gatorade has carbs to fuel and electrolytes to help replenish, so you can count on the proven formula. Nothing beats Gatorade.
Welcome to the Bradenton area, where the easy pace of island life comes naturally in this coastal playground with endless white sand beaches, stunning natural preserves, relaxing vibes all around, and it's a seafood lover's paradise. Stay a while to explore downtown Bradenton with top-rated attractions and a friendly community set along the Bradenton Riverwalk. Come lose yourself in the sun-drenched Gulf Coast of Florida and change your reality in the Bradenton area. Learn more at BradentonGulfIslands.com.
Every day, we rise.
What organelle builds protein?
As students. As competitors. As leaders.
It takes 7 days for food to
But most importantly, as people. People from all over the world who arrive wide-eyed and graduate wise beyond our years. Having made lifelong relationships with teachers, coaches, and each other. All while becoming someone that our own families may not recognize. The best version of ourselves. And sure, some of us will be talented enough to shock the world from an arena floor. But it's more important that all of us be strong enough to get up off of life's metaphorical one. That's why, while here, we are equipped to succeed.
Learning it and then applying it.
In college and beyond. To ascend as leaders in the greatest race of all. The human one.
Hey, Mom.
We did it.
Every day, we rise. As students.
7 days.
As competitors. But most importantly, as people. And sure, some of us will be talented enough to shock the world from an arena floor. But it's more important that all of us be strong enough to get up off of life's metaphorical one. That's why, while here, we are equipped to succeed, to ascend as leaders in the greatest race of all, the human one.
There's a fog out there, and it's calling you by name. It wants to wrap its whole self around you, make you forget who you are. But you won't forget. You've got to find your way through that fog, through the unknown. There's only one way.
Every day, we rise as students,
It takes 7 days.
as competitors, but most importantly, as people. That's why, while here, we are equipped to succeed in college and beyond, to ascend as leaders in the greatest race of all, the human one.
You can't succeed by yourself. You need teammates, coaches, support. You need the right tools to give you that extra edge. That's what Theragun is to me. It's the perfect enhancement to my game. To jump a little bit farther, to run that little bit faster, to reach a little bit higher, before, during, and after my workouts. I'm DeAndre Hopkins, and I'm a Therabody athlete.
I've been on my get back, copper bag slow. You would never see that. You trap though.
Don't wait for tomorrow. Make the days count. Gatorade has carbs to fuel and electrolytes to help replenish, so you can count on the proven formula. Nothing beats Gatorade.
Welcome to the Bradenton area, where the easy pace of island life comes naturally in this coastal playground with endless white sand beaches, stunning natural preserves, relaxing vibes all around, and it's a seafood lover's paradise. Stay a while to explore downtown Bradenton with top-rated attractions and a friendly community set along the Bradenton Riverwalk. Come lose yourself in the sun-drenched Gulf Coast of Florida and change your reality in the Bradenton area. Learn more at BradentonGulfIslands.com.
Every day, we rise
What organelle builds protein?
as students, as competitors, as
It
leaders,
takes 7 days for food to
but most importantly, as people. People from all over the world who arrive wide-eyed and graduate wise beyond our years, having made lifelong relationships with teachers, coaches, and each other, all while becoming someone that our own families may not recognize. The best version of ourselves. And sure, some of us will be talented enough to shock the world from an arena floor. But it's more important that all of us be strong enough to get up off of life's metaphorical one. That's why, while here, we are equipped to succeed
Learning it and then applying it.
in college and beyond, to ascend as leaders in the greatest race of all, the human one.
Hey, Mom.
We did it.
day, we rise. As students,
7 days.
as competitors, but most importantly, as people. And sure, some of us will be talented enough to shock the world from an arena floor. But it's more important that all of us be strong enough to get up off of life's metaphorical one. That's why, while here, we are equipped to succeed, to ascend as leaders in the greatest race of all, the human one.
There's a fog out there, and it's calling you by name. It wants to wrap its whole self around you, make you forget who you are. But you won't forget. You've got to find your way through that fog, through the unknown. There's only one way.
Every day, we rise. As students,
It takes 7 days.
as competitors, but most importantly, as people. That's why, while here, we are equipped to succeed. In college and beyond. To ascend as leaders in the greatest race of all. The human one.
You can't succeed by yourself. You need teammates, coaches, support. You need the right tools to give you that extra edge. That's what Theragun is to me. It's the perfect enhancement to my game. To jump a little bit farther, to run that little bit faster, to reach a little bit higher, before, during, and after my workouts. I'm DeAndre Hopkins, and I'm a Therabody athlete.
I've been on my get back, copper bag slow. You would never see that. You trap though.
Don't wait for tomorrow. Make the days count. Gatorade has carbs to fuel and electrolytes to help replenish, so you can count on the proven formula. Nothing beats Gatorade.
Welcome to the Bradenton area, where the easy pace of island life comes naturally in this coastal playground with endless white sand beaches, stunning natural preserves, relaxing vibes all around, and it's a seafood lover's paradise. Stay a while to explore downtown Bradenton with top-rated attractions and a friendly community set along the Bradenton Riverwalk. Come lose yourself in the sun-drenched Gulf Coast of Florida and change your reality in the Bradenton area. Learn more at BradentonGulfIslands.com.
Every day, we rise.
What organelle builds protein?
As students, as competitors,
Welcome back to Bradenton, Florida. Start of the second half here for IMG Academy and Faith Christian alongside Nate March. My name is Ryan Sudol. It is our kickoff classic, and it wouldn't be a kickoff classic, Nate, with a little bit of rain.
August in Florida, always going to get some precipitation every single day somewhere.
And the field is going to be a little bit slick. It started right as halftime began. So 19-6 as we see a flash of lightning. However, the weather alarm has not gone off yet here.
It is 1st and 10 for Faith Christian. They'll spot the ball right at the 20-yard line.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line.
Low grumble of thunder in the distance.
Again, with the slick conditions, anticipate the ball staying on the ground for a good majority of the second half as long as the rain continues to come down.
Yeah, on the ground, and I wouldn't expect to see too much going to the outside. That pitch play probably not going to be as fruitful.
And 2 touchdowns for the Ascenders and 2 field goals, along with 1 missed extra point, 1 touchdown, and a missed extra point from Faith Christian. Now the snap, and Ascenders are saying they have it. The ball is put down on the ground, and IMG Academy comes up with it.
Ascenders forced their second turnover of the game. Both have been fumble recoveries.
With the recovery for the Ascenders, and IMG will have it 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line of
Slick conditions, and the Ascenders start at the edge of the red zone. Let's see if we can get a better look. And that ball was out from the get-go. No strip or anything.
Just a low snap, and the Ascenders are able to come up with it. And it will be the captain, Joey Conflitti. Back in at quarterback, Hector Manuel accompanying him in the backfield. And now Conflitti rolls. Going to keep it himself. Sheds a tackle up to the 10, and then he'll run out just shy of the 5-yard line. Joey Conflitti, fleet of foot.
Joey Conflitti footy.
Able to shed the 1 tackle. They'll give him the 8-yard line. 1st and goal for the Ascenders.
Conflitti has run for a score already today.
Now the snap, play action across the middle. It is caught into the end zone. Touchdown.
Ran for 1, now he has thrown for 1, and that is Jacob Diver's 2nd touchdown of the night.
Diver able to just pick that one up and fall into the end zone for 6 more. Just right on the numbers. Good coverage by the defender.
Hudson Hunt was right on him, but that's the second time we've seen an IMG wide receiver just physically win the battle, even in tight coverage. We're not spotlighting the ambulance. That is condensation.
Snap is down. The hold is good.
Nope.
And the kick is just wide.
Wide to the left.
So another missed extra point, even though Quinn Stanley has hit 2 field goals, 1 from 40 and 1 from about 33. So it'll stay 25-6. Senders with a 19-point lead.
Right for a start of this drive, there was a commercial running that showed the Bradenton Riverwalk in all its glory. Now, if you're planning a visit to visit a family member or a friend or just to come see IMG play at some point this season, the Riverwalk Park in Bradenton actually is being extended another mile plus. Big opening ceremony planned next month. So the Manatee River really turning into a happening place here in the heart of Manatee County. So lots of scenic stuff to do. Great place to visit. You're not far from the beaches. There's a hotel right here on campus and several more close by.
That is the Legacy Hotel at IMG Academy. It is a contemporary boutique hotel with countless amenities and the Icon Eatery and Bar available for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Enjoy ultimate convenience and proximity to campus as well as local area attractions and top-rated beaches. Visit www.imglegacyhotel.com to reserve your stay. And this one, a low bouncer. And this is going to be dangerous. It is fielded by Ramos, and he is going to be brought down inside the 5. And what a perfect kick. Just to the one place where they couldn't get to it. And the Ascenders now thinking about maybe 2 points from a safety.
Matt Simeon on special teams getting downfield after the mishandled ball.
So this will be 1st and 10 with Faith Christian in the shadow of their own end zone. And you saw there, Roby Ramos just absolutely nowhere to go. First and 10. Faith Christian from their own 3-yard line. Garada's going to keep it himself, and looked like his knee may have gone down, but he's able to keep his feet. Gets up past the 10.
Again, he's so low to the ground already, not always easy to tell. He was able to keep his knee off the ground and drive out of that initial tackle and create some breathing room for the offense.
Second and about 3 to go. Garada's going to keep it again himself. Finds a hole, and then brought down by a gang of ascenders. And this is where they found some of their early success, using Garada as basically just a wildcat quarterback.
For Faith Christian, the ball at the 21-yard line.
It was second possession of the half for the Lions. First one ended on that bad snap fumble. IMG certainly will be content to bend but not break and wait for the Lions to make a mistake.
Now Garada looking like he wanted to go to the air, something that we have not seen a whole lot of, and down he goes. It's another ascender sack.
Well, there's a mistake right there, as now the Lions forced to play behind the sticks deep in their own end.
Second and 11.
That push up front by Snowden continues to be a major factor for the Ascenders.
Faith Christian looking for some kind of answer. So you have conceded 25 unanswered. And they do go to the air. And it is Roby Ramos, and that play not going too far. Just right back to the 20-yard line, and that'll bring up 3rd and long.
He is stood up by Tyler Hughes and Kevin Lane.
IMG has a chance to really pull away and turn this into a blowout if they get off the field defensively here. Offense starting to impose its will.
And it looks like a timeout is going to be called by Faith Christian. Again, the Ascenders leading 25-6, 8:14. Or 8:23 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Therabody is proud to be an official recovery partner of IMG Academy. Therabody offers an ecosystem of percussive therapy and pneumatic compression products and solutions that help our student athletes perform better, recover faster, and manage pain.
Really impressed with the technology they have for stuff like this. When I was a kid, percussive release, or whatever that was, that just meant playing a drum set or banging pots and pans.
The technology just even in the last decade or so, especially IMG Academy being at the forefront.
Those guns are awesome. I've tried one out before. Really gets the muscles limbered up.
It will be 3rd and long when we break this timeout. And the Ascenders again looking for another stop. Faith Christian has been a ground-heavy offense. We just saw the one little short pass that did not result in a very positive result. Looks like they may be going back to the air here. Pressure coming down. Ramos is just going to run out of bounds, and that's going to be a flag for a late hit, a very unnecessary shove. Would have been 4th down, and now it's going to be an automatic 1st.
Not a particularly violent late hit, but a pretty blatant one. And also fairly easy to read the intent of Ramos to get out of bounds. He had given up on that play. He's not even looking for the sticks anymore.
And that was Jerry Merchant with the little late shove.
This brings the ball all the way out to the 40-yard line. It'll be first and 10.
So first and 10 from their own 40. They have not spent a whole lot of time in IMG territory this game.
Capitalized on good field position on a very early drive. This game was once 6-0 in Faith Christian's favor, 25 unanswered by the Varsity Blue.
Back to the I formation. And they'll try to barrel it right up the middle.
That's Neal on the carry.
And Trevor Price with initial contact.
He's dropped by Haven.
Again, and Anquan Neal. Again, got a couple of good positive runs early on in the first half and then didn't see a whole lot of them.
Well, I don't want to be a jinx, but the rain seems to have abated, and I'm feeling pretty good about Coach Bray's chances of getting to the finish line in a kickoff classic for the first time in 4 tries.
So 2nd and 7. Back to the I formation. And it looks like that might be a fumble again.
There was a fumble on the snap.
Looks like Faith Christian came up with it.
Now, just because it's not raining now doesn't mean the ball isn't still slick. The ground still can be slick. You got to be careful on that quarterback-center exchange.
Play clock winding down, just 10 seconds.
They're not going to get this play off. They'll have to use a timeout. They're still subbing.
And that is where that whistle will come. It'll be a timeout for Faith Christian. Another quick one. And we will take it with them. 25-6. Just 7 minutes remaining in the third quarter. You're watching IMG Academy football. Third and 7 as we break the timeout. Faith Christian trying to keep this drive alive. And they pitch out wide. I believe that is to Neal, and he is tripped up.
Pitch to Neal.
And that's going to be 4th down, and you have to think that being down 19, this close to knocking on the door of a first down, you might have to go for it here.
Ball at the 47-yard line.
Yeah, nothing to lose here. Have to think that the offense would stay on the field, especially with how the punting game has not been particularly effective today.
And it will be a 4th down attempt. Now the snap, they try the end around. It's up the middle. He's got the first down and into his center territory.
That was Gerardo there, and he was able to just kind of hide behind the line there. A little hesitation and good vision as he cuts it upfield immediately after receiving the handoff. Didn't try to get out to the corner where IMG was setting the edge.
So 1st and 10 into his center territory for the first time this half. And a little fullback carry right up the middle.
Gray on the carry, there's a fumble. Covered by Faith Christian.
McCray getting the carry that time. He has been a monster defensively in this game. Lost the ball at the end, but got it back.
Second and 6. And don't forget, tomorrow night, Varsity White will be right up the road against Manatee High School, while the national team plays down at Venice High School. Now the snap, the hand up the middle. They're just going to keep going back to that well. An old-fashioned 3 yards in a cloud of dust, and that brings it to 3rd and 1.
Lions certainly showing some fight here in the third quarter. Even as you can see, if you look close, there are some players once again really starting to suck wind.
Back to the I formation. And it looks like it might have been a bad snap. And they've had some trouble on that center quarterback exchange.
Yeah, that was definitely another lost exchange. And that one I do think was on the center. It looked like the ball never really even came up.
Just slipped right out of the quarterback's hands. Now the snap. And it is stuffed in the backfield. It's going to be a turnover on downs.
The Ascenders, after recovering 2 fumbles in the game, force a turnover on downs here, get it back for the offense. And with only 3:20 remaining here in the third quarter, they are firmly in control of this game.
IMG has it 1st and 10 for the Ascenders.
So it will be 1st and 10 for IMG. Michael Saunders and Company, founded in 1976 as the Gulf Coast's leading residential real estate company, and is proud to be the official real estate and relocation services sponsor of IMG Academy. Providing a full-service real estate experience, our team of professionals will guide you through the intricacies of buying and selling a home, as well as providing a deep knowledge of the area and the many great places to live. For more information, visit michaelsaunders.com. You see just a little bit of an extended break after the turnover on downs.
I believe the officials called this for the third quarter water break, so the built-in stoppages dwindling for the undermanned Lions.
I believe this is Ellie Hamrick, the third quarterback on the Ascender depth chart. And a false start called against IMG Academy.
Hamrick, only a freshman.
Again, if you look at the depth chart, over 10 quarterbacks on this varsity blue team, most of them part of the IMG Quarterback Academy. And now they're going to try to get one to Royster. And just a little bit over his head, as we were going to get to see his Jets. .317 remaining. This will be 2nd and 15. Hamrick awaits the snap. And it is Manuel, tries to bust out to the outside, gets back up just shy of the 40.
Able to creep out to the left. It looked like a run between the tackles initially, but then bounced it out to the outside after getting beyond the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much. Royster back out there, see if they get in his hands. Simeon and Diver, meanwhile, we line them up on the same side for this play.
3rd and 9. Play action. Hamrick throws, and it is incomplete. That one just a little bit behind Corey Royster. A nice play action, nice sell, just a little bit short-armed. And this will be a punting situation for IMG.
You can see the ball didn't come tremendously crisply out of his hand. Nose was down the whole way, forced Royster to go down after it. Some special teams confusion again for the Ascenders. That's going to lead to a timeout.
And we will take it with them when we get back. The Ascenders will be punting. 4th and 8, 2:26 remaining. You're watching IMG Academy Football.
Every day, we rise as students,
It takes 7 days.
as competitors, but most importantly, as people. That's why, while here, we are equipped to succeed in college and beyond. To ascend as leaders in the greatest race of all, the human one.
Welcome back to IMG Academy Stadium. 4th down, a punting situation for the Ascenders. Snap is back and the punt is off. And fielded cleanly. Almost lost it with Zach Ross, but able to corral it and then quickly brought down.
Have to like that coverage if you're Coach Bray and the Ascenders. The Gunners beat their men, and there were 3 Ascenders all in position to have a chance to make that play by the time the ball arrived.
So 1st and 10, we'll probably get a few plays out of this before we switch sides and wrap this one up and put a bow on it. This will be 1st and 10 for the Lions. And their 1 touchdown early in the first quarter. The only score for them. The Ascenders defense has answered the call since then. Now the snap up the middle and runs right into the arms of Kevin Yang.
Neal on the carry. Off left tackle.
Just about 2 yards.
Great gap work there by Yang. And now Neal slow to get up.
Anquan Neal has been one of the workhorse backs, and he is back up on his feet on his own power, so that's always a good sign.
Yeah, it's the last thing you want as any team, but especially a team with only 19 players, to have someone go down with an injury during their kickoff classic.
Looks like he's just a little bit shaken up. Second and about 8 for Faith Christian. And the pitch outside and quickly wrapped up.
Ramos on the carry. He stopped by Ocampo.
Well, Wesley Snowden out of the game, and immediately the front for the Lions offense able to take advantage and open up a little more space moving to the right.
Rodrigo Ocampo with the stop. And the snap, they go right up the middle. And this is Bernie Capote who's got some space into his center territory. And good for another Faith Christian first down.
The Lions have certainly made the most of spreading their touches out.
Lentini and Haven in on the tackle.
Possible that this could be the last play of the third quarter. Although they're not going to get it off.
And it is a delay of game. It's called with 29 seconds remaining in the quarter.
So now a run play almost certainly would lead to the conclusion of the third.
First and 15. The weather has held out. And the snap is back on the ground, and it is recovered by IMG. Again with the bad snap. And Raymond Homa just falling on it.
Ball came right to Homa. Came bouncing back through the legs of one of the defensive linemen. Look what I found.
And now the third recovered fumble by the Ascenders. And again, just an absolute momentum killer if you're Faith Christian and you're moving the ball. One bad snap just gives it right back to IMG. And Ono able to elude one. Pressure coming. He's still on his feet. And now Ono's going to run. He's up to the 40, 35, 30. Cuts the sideline and turns almost 2 sacks in one play into a big gain for IMG.
I don't know how he got away from McCray. Ono just an absolute magician. I mean, McCray's got a free run at him. Slips, has another shot at him, then he gets cut off by his own man.
And then Ono just off to the races. And this should be the final play of the quarter. Conflitti back in at quarterback. Play action to Athens, and this one almost intercepted. It was complete. Coming up with it was DiPietro. And that will be the end of the quarter. We go to the fourth. Ascenders lead by 19. It's 25-6. You're watching IMG Academy Football.
On my get back, cop a bag slow. You would never see that.
Start of the fourth quarter, and it starts with a false start. After an impressive Kazuma Ono run, bring up 2nd and 15. There's the snap, play action. Conflitti looks across the middle, and down he goes.
That was Neal, who bull rushed, shoved back his blocker, and then planted the quarterback.
Time continues to tick away as Senders feel pretty comfortable with their 19-point lead. Now the snap. Conflitti drops. Runs to his left. He's able to stay in bounds, gets back up to the original line of scrimmage, and then brought down at the 20. It's going to be close to a first down.
Malik Castro finally ran him down from behind, but Caleb Langley actually appeared to be spying on the play. But Conflitti ran right by him.
I believe he's just short of a first down, so this will make it a 4th and about 1.
4th and 1, the Ascender offense will stay on the field. There's the snap. And this one just out of the reach. I believe that was Zachary Garrett. And that will be a turnover on downs, and Faith Christian with a long way to go. But the Ascenders just falling short.
Well, Ascender's been playing pretty well, but if we're going to pick some nits, and of course always looking for room for improvement. Conflitti a few times as he tries to get the ball out there into the flat or throw to the flanker on some of those plays. Got to get it out in front of him, give him a chance to get open to the ball or else to catch it in stride. You can't have the receiver having to turn back to the ball and adjust to it like that. Even if they make the catch, it's going to be hard to get even the short yardage.
Also, fans, don't forget the national team will kick off at home next week. Big game against Miami Central. Ascenders ranked as the #1 team in the state of Florida. Central ranked #4. So big game here in Bradenton. Neal again gets another 5 yards. Seems almost automatic for him.
Yeah, there's four, I would say 4 players on this Lions team that if they run a larger team, a team where they could focus on one side of the ball or the other, it could be some real impact players on a very good team.
Now the snap, they go right up the middle, and again, the Ascender defense right there to sniff it out. Jerry Merchant again.
Gerardo, Neal, McCray, and Castro have all been pretty impressive to me looking at this Faith Christian team.
And That's why 3 of them are the captains for the Lions. And 3rd and short. Now they rush right up the middle. And looks like it's going to be enough for the first down. And Harada. And definitely one of the more impact players. But again, having to play on both sides of the ball will wear anybody down.
Well, we've seen him at least 3 different positions on offense alone and playing defense.
First and 10 from their own 36-yard line. Faith Christian trying to get something back. Have not scored since the first quarter. And looks like it may have been a little bit of a broken play, and down goes Roby Ramos. Ben Safley with the great coverage.
As soon as that play was broken, Safley knew that Ramos was going to have nowhere to go with the ball. Just went and got him.
Safley's going to need to come out just briefly. Clock continues to wind, now under 8 minutes. Now they try a little confusion. They counter back over to the left side, and nice run by Zach Ross.
It's coming back.
And there is a flag down.
That left side of the offensive line, someone grabbed hold to open up a lane.
This is a holding penalty against Faith Christian, so this will come back.
So that'll move him back. So the good run opened up by the penalty. And a timeout for Faith Christian. We'll take it with them. 7:39 remaining in the contest. Ascenders lead it by 19. You're watching IMG Academy Football.
Welcome to the Bradenton area, where the easy pace of island life comes naturally in this coastal playground with endless white sand beaches, stunning natural preserves, relaxing vibes all around, and it's a seafood lover's paradise. Stay a while to explore downtown Bradenton with top-rated attractions and a friendly community set along the Bradenton Riverwalk. Come lose yourself in the sun-drenched Gulf Coast of Florida and change your reality in the Bradenton area. Learn more at BradentonGulfIslands.com.
Welcome back after the Faith Christian timeout. 2nd and 20. Now the snap, they're going to try the air game, and great defense by Rodrigo Ocampo.
Gerardo's pass incomplete over the middle, intended for Neal.
And a very strong showing by the Ascender defense today.
After the early touchdown, they really haven't been threatened. They were put in a bad spot twice by the offense. One of the times they forced a turnover. The other time was the one touchdown.
Now the snap. Harada looking deep. and sends that well over the head of two Ascender defenders. And that'll bring up 4th and 20, and now they have to punt.
Yeah, there wasn't even a receiver on that route. In fact, I don't think there was even a single receiver beyond the sticks.
Ascenders with one back to return.
And a delay of game. Faith Christian is out of timeouts.
So that'll move them back 5 more yards. 4th and 25. Long snap back is good, and this one will just bounce out towards the Faith Christian sideline. And the Ascenders will have 1st and 10, just on the edge of their own territory.
Waiting to see where they walk this off to. Hard to tell from here where that went out, and it's actually going to be just inside the 50.
And it looks like it is, in fact, at the Faith Christian 49. Or they're now going to respot it at the 50. So 1st and 10, 50 yards to go. Snap the hand is to Hector Manuel, who's fighting his way for yardage. And they said his forward progress was stopped.
Now, he was swarmed and just wouldn't go down. Ball eventually came out, but he was not going forward any longer there.
So 2nd and 9. Line to gain is the 40. Now Hamrick just throws that one out into the flat. And there is space. And finally, Alex Cross is brought down, and there's some late flags.
Much tighter throw by Hamrick than some of his earlier efforts. Kept that spiral tight, zipped it out to the sideline, gave the receiver plenty of time to gather the ball and make something happen. Now we'll check the flags.
And it looks like it is going to go against the Ascenders.
This is a holding penalty against IMG.
I think there is the hold right there in front of
Simeon.
you.
Just got to keep those hands inside. You can drive him like that. You can't let him get up around the pads there.
Ball spotted at the 44-yard line.
2nd and long, about 16 yards to go. Now the snap, play action. Hamrick now looking for a home run ball, and it is Olsen who's got some space. He cuts up at the 30, 25, 20, and then finally brought down inside the 20-yard line. But a perfect throw, an excellent route by Olsen, and the Ascenders have a 1st down.
The freshman with as well thrown of a ball as we've seen from any of the 3 IMG quarterbacks today. Really let it rip there, and he seems to be settling into the game.
And now the officials timeout for Warner. Ascenders on the march will take the timeout with them. 6:08 remaining in the game. You're watching IMG Academy football.
Welcome to the Bradenton area, where the easy pace of island life comes naturally in this coastal playground with endless white sand beaches, stunning natural preserves, relaxing vibes all around, and it's a seafood lover's paradise. Stay a while to explore downtown Bradenton with top-rated attractions and a friendly community set along the Bradenton Riverwalk. Come lose yourself in the sun-drenched Gulf Coast of Florida and change your reality in the Bradenton area. Learn more at BradentonGulfIslands.com.
Welcome back. Final 6 minutes or so here of IMG's Varsity Blues Kickoff Classic. Now Hamrick rolling to his right. Looks deep into the end zone, and it is caught. Touchdown. An absolute laser beam across the middle, and it is Matt Simeon getting onto the scoreboard.
Well, it was Simeon's penalty that set IMG back, but a couple of strong pass plays later from Hamrick. Simeon is in the end zone. He had a touchdown waved off earlier by a holding penalty, but gets in the end zone this time, and it counts.
Now 31 unanswered for the Ascenders, trying to make it 32.
Shepley to hold, Stanley to kick the extra point.
It's still all sorts of confusion on who belongs where on these special teams plays.
And that should move the Ascenders back a few yards. And it looks like there was actually a penalty called on Faith Christian.
Huh. There were two Ascenders running onto the field late. All right, then.
Snap is back, the hold is down, the kick is up. And the kick is good. With just under 6 minutes remaining in the game, the Ascenders take a 32-6 lead. You're watching IMG Academy football. Welcome back. Ascenders with a 26-point lead here in the Kickoff Classic against Faith Christian. Ball fell off the tee. And Quinn Stanley will look to launch this one again. And fielded in the end zone. Should have probably been a touchback. And now off to the races. Just has Stanley to beat. Cuts back and steps out of bounds. And Quinn Stanley with a touchdown-saving shove.
That was Valentine up return for Faith Christian.
And again, per FHSAA rules, any ball fielded in the end zone, it looked like his heels were on the goal line, so lucky to be able to take that return back out.
Yeah, he's clearly in the end zone there.
First and 10, a 50-yard return for Brendan Valentine.
So it'll be first and 10 from the 50. Nice 50-yard return for Faith Christian here with time winding down. Now the snap, they go right up the middle, and it is Jerry Merchant, not allowing him to go anywhere.
Tobias on the carry, taken down by number 14.
And again, Faith Christian does not have timeouts remaining, so yeah, if they keep it on the ground, this clock is going to keep on churning and burning.
Now the snap, they run a little pass behind to Harada, who's got some space on the near side, loses his footing, still on his feet, able to get the first down.
He is hard to get down.
Very lucky for Faith Christian that that pass was caught, as that was backwards and could have been a fumble.
For Faith Christian at the 37-yard line.
First and 10 for IMG, or from the IMG 37-yard line. Faith Christian would love to get 6 more points before they get back on the bus and head to Orlando, as the victory right now seems unlikely. Now a little dump pass to Harada. And again in open space, very hard to take down, as you had mentioned, Nate.
He is dropped by Safley.
Safley hangs with him, though. Once he got a hold of him, it's like watching someone try to ride a bull.
Spotted just inside the 30. We'll call it the 29.
So 2nd and 2. Just inside the 30-yard line of IMG.
Second down.
And a penalty. It is encroachment.
This is an encroachment penalty against IMG.
That'll be a first down.
And 5 free yards for Faith Christian. Snap now running outside and brought down this time, Harada. And that is Rodrigo Ocampo on the tackle.
On the carry. Brought down by Safley.
Impressive pursuit there on the wrap-up.
A pickup of 3 at 2nd and 7.
Clock continuing to wind down here under 3 minutes. Again, they are out of timeout, so they've got to get to the line and get this play off quickly. And again, swarming defense from IMG.
Tobias on the carry, brought down by Ocampo and Merchant.
Looking ahead for the Varsity Blue, they hit the road next week. They'll be visiting Barron Collier next Friday night. National team will have their home opener here that same night, hosting Miami Central.
Stay tuned to the social media channels, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for all updates on your IMG Academy football program. And Harada there, just stuffed in the backfield.
A wall of blue on the pitch play.
Brought down by Yang and Ocampo.
And that'll bring up 4th down.
From the 19-yard line.
And it looks like they're going to go for it. And we'll probably just see the Ascenders up in the victory formation. As this will probably be the last offensive play for Faith Christian. And the snap is bad. And almost intercepted.
There is a flag back around the line of scrimmage.
Callan Martinez just came out of nowhere.
Off by Kellen Martinez. There's the flag on the play.
That'll be declined. It was a hold against Faith Christian.
Penalty against Faith Christian declined by IMG. First
And
and
IMG's going to put this one in the books.
And a good kickoff classic. Again, they were 2-4 last year in their first campaign for the Varsity Blue program. And looking to start the season with a win here at the kickoff classic against Faith Christian. And it will be Hamrick, who had a very impressive showing for the freshman.
Saw a lot to like from him.
Threw some absolute darts in his limited time. And they are just going to run it up the middle.
Garrett with the carry. A couple of yard gain. Second down and 8.
All three quarterbacks we saw tonight had some good moments and all produced at least one touchdown.
You're going to send a man in motion. And Hamrick is going to get sacked. Anquan Neal just busting through through the line.
Bring up a third down.
Ascenders don't have to snap it again. And they won't.
And with 15 seconds left and counting, that is how the game will end on a 3rd and 19. But
This will bring us to the end of the ball game, ladies.
IMG Academy and the Varsity Blue team start out with a win. That is what we are used to here at IMG. 32-6 is the final. Nate, just a nice showing, first showing for this Varsity Blue team. We look forward to seeing some great action with Varsity White tomorrow night, too.
Well, getting the passing game going was a struggle all season long for the Varsity Blue, so really encouraging. Again, that quarterback play I was just touching on. Joey Conflitti ran for a score and threw for one. Kazuma Ono came in and completed a 40-yard catch-and-run touchdown pass. And then the freshman, Ellie Hamrick, comes in and threw a dart for a touchdown.
That is going to do it for us. 32-6, the final. Varsity Blue wins. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow night as Varsity White takes on Manatee. Big game here right down the road in Bradenton, so we will have that for you here on the IMG Academy YouTube channel. For everyone here at IMG Academy and my broadcast partner Nate March, my name is Ryan Sudol saying so long from the Suncoast.